One count of armed criminal mischief causing damages greater than $1,000. One.
Do you know Sean Combs?
Puff Daddy?
Yeah.
P. Diddy, whatever you call himself these days, yeah.
Do you realize Sean Combs Puff Daddy, definitely P. Diddy? Anything he called himself nowadays, better believe it, go for it. The one who supposedly started shooting along the edge of one of previous President Donald Trump's Florida lodgings, quite a while prior, offered a few wild expressions to policing his meetings, saying he was a sex slave for Sean Diddy Coles. Indeed, since government examiners have struck two of the rapper's homes and a capture and prosecution in a sex-dealing activity could be unavoidable, the man's remarks sound somewhat less insane. We'll discuss it. Welcome to the sidebar, introduced by regulation and wrongdoing. I will discuss something that I truly didn't figure I would, something that, when I originally heard it, I really had no clue about what was in any event going on with this. So this came up numerous times during our live back-and-forth discussion shows on the Law and Wrongdoing organization when we were covering inquiries on the Sean Combs case, and a name continued to come up regarding it, and I was unable to grasp it. Jonathan Artificial Intelligence, now that name might appear to be recognizable to you, and I will make sense of why, yet the thing I'm likewise going to do is attempt to separate and potentially expose the association between this man and brushes, yet perhaps not on the grounds that as wild as a portion of his cases would they say they were may seem okay. Currently, we'll discuss that the explanation I say this is, on the grounds that after a few stunner claims were recorded against Combs blaming him for rape, actual viciousness, illegal exploitation, after government specialists struck his homes purportedly pursued to a continuous sex-dealing examination, these various recordings and web-based entertainment posts and old meetings and more. They've all sprung up, especially over the most recent 14 days, individuals attempting to make a few associations between what he said or individuals said and these claims. Now, to be clear, Combs has not been accused, chaired of any violations associated with this strike yet. As charges might be not too far off, and the examination go on, there is something surfaced, this police cross-examination of an open man fire within one of previous President Donald Trump's lodgings. Jonathan Artificial Intelligence, what is his association with Diddy? Or would it be advisable for me to say apparent association with Diddy? Allow me to give you a little foundation so you could recall. Back in 2018, a man went into the Trump Public Durrell Miami lodging and resort around midnight and went out of control. The Express lawyer's office says that Jonathan's simulated intelligence discharged shots inside the entryway and towards the light fixture on the roof, then hung a monster American banner across the lodging's front desk. He purportedly strolled around, breaking things like PC screens and tossing things around the anteroom. At the point when cops showed up and stood up to him, there was a shootout. Simulated intelligence apparently attempted to make a run for it, yet he had been shot in the leg. He didn't get much of anywhere. Police found him stowing away, and they brought him into custody. Computer-based intelligence was taken to the emergency clinic with 3 shot injuries, 2 out of one leg and 1 in the other. While at the clinic, Audi purportedly offered a few odd expressions and asked over and over to talk with the FBI secret help, CIA, and the media. At the point when simulated intelligence showed up under the watchful eye of an adjudicator, he made no sort of wild eruption. However, he apparently conceded to perpetrating no less than one of the violations he's accused of: 1 count of disturbed attack with a gun, 1 count of furnished theft with a battery or an attack, 1 count of outfitted criminal underhandedness causing harm is more prominent than $1,000, 1 count of outfitted excellent robbery, and 1 count of making a misleading alarm offense. So those are the charges, sir. Do you have any cash to pay for your own confidential lawyer? I would demand at this point that the court awards me a lawyer. I really do have. If you pay for my lawyer yet, I had the opportunity to meet with him yet, so I couldn't say whether they will take my case and off. Given the major idea of these charges, I will choose the Public Safeguard Office to address you for this primer. First appearance hearing. Great, it's extremely clear. It says a reconnaissance film and observe accounts prove that the respondent released a handgun on numerous occasions at the showing up city of Durrell Police Division and Miami-Dade Police Division cops, so that despite the fact that it doesn't explicitly state 5, it specifies that there were more than I accept 2 on 2 uniform officials, notwithstanding the unarmed safety officer who took steps to kill 2. and there was harms more noteworthy than one. So whatever else, well, muddled, well, like I said, there's hazy, there's not a number explicitly recorded. There might have been one official on one side and one official on the other, and that is officials overall, and, really that far, and I don't figure I didn't see essentially the caution pushing. However, it's not explicitly referenced here, albeit. Okay, you realize, sir, all that's being recorded, in case it isn't already obvious. You have any desire to talk, it's fine. I'm glad to tune in. Your lawyer switched the receiver off, which is most likely a shrewd move regardless of having happened such countless a long time back. However, Simulated Intelligence's case has not yet gone to preliminary. The following face-to-face announcement at the Miami-Dade District Town Hall is planned for April 19th. So in light of all that, what does this all have to do with Diddy indeed? After man-made intelligence was set free from the emergency clinic while as yet wearing what has all the earmarks of being a clinic outfit, artificial intelligence did interviews with policing, the Mystery Administration, and we have part of that cooperation, and I will let you know at the present time. He says some peculiar stuff. Alright, in the wake of discussing different sorts of paranoid fears, Audi asks this one thing suddenly. Do you have any idea what was the deal? Puff Daddy better believe it, P. Diddy. Anything he calls you nowadays, no doubt. Go on, definitely. He's essential for what's known as the Bool. The BU, the Bool, is a part of the Illuminati. Alright, it's the individuals of color. Alright, first thing to discuss here. The BU is a genuine article. It is the senior initiative of Sigma Pi Club, most established postgraduate organization established by 4 individuals of color. It was a mysterious society in its start. However, presently there are sections all around the US. This is an association for dark experts previously knowledgeable about their professions, and Diddy Combs is some of the time reputed to have been an individual from Sigma Pi. However, there is no sign that he is. Tell me, this entire situation is definitely not a tad out there, correct? It truly makes you contemplate individuals in your day-to-day existence and what they're about. Who are you encircling yourself with? All things considered, BAM Truthfinder can assist with finding those individuals for you. So in view of all that, at the present time, you can get half off of private foundation reports at truthfinder.com/LC sidebar. I want to believe that you look at it currently, a little later in this meeting. Audi says he settled a claim with Combs, however, doesn't exactly meticulously describe the situation. This is the point at which he begins to make a trap of individuals that he accepts are engaged with a bigger connivance. I had a settlement with Sean, okay, and he has a place with that plan. That is the reason he's so renowned. They land every one of the agreements. It's these lawyers, which are Imprint Gagos and Ben Mez. Ben Mez worked for Awful Kid Diversion for a considerable length of time and for Hillary Rodman for 5. Alright, so Imprint Gagos and Ben Mellis may be names you perceive. They are notable, legitimate accomplices who have addressed VIPs like Michael Jackson, Chris Brown, Winona Ryder, Colin Kaepernick, Jesse Smollett. Presently, Imprint Gagos says assist companies facing legitimate conflicts. As a matter of fact, in 2015, the Los Angeles province lead prosecutor chose not to record crime accusations against Combs after he purportedly attacked a football trainer at UCLA with a pot wringer weight. Presently, Combs' child Justin was in the group, and the mentor purportedly sent him home from training. It was an entire large wreck. Ben Mellis, however, he isn't even in a nearer relationship with him, was really a Terrible Kid Diversion understudy back when it was Terrible Kid Records. Ben and his dad Kenny were respected at an assortment magazine occasion, got back to force of regulation in 2019, and were there to talk about trim. Ben Mellis additionally took the platform and had a few kind words for Combs. He said, statement, "Chuck came to give me an entry-level position, which changed my life when I was in secondary school. For the individuals who don't have any idea, Terrible Kid Records is the SEAL group. 6 entry-level positions set me up for everything being under Puff's tutelage, which is the reason I think when judges shout at me, nothing contrasted with Puff, who discussed getting together with Imprint Gagos after he moved on from Georgetown, saying he accepted Garros genuinely preferred him on the grounds that regardless of how hard she previously hollered at me, I was able to take it in light of all that I had encountered with Puffy. Okay, so computer-based intelligence realizes that Gagos and Melius are associated with brushes, yet the plan that they're probably pushing is hazy right now in the meeting. However, at that point, AIE drops a sensation. So in a 2023 claim, Cassie, whose genuine name is Cassandra Ventura, she sued Sean Combs. She guaranteed that the rapper just provided her with drugs, constrained her to take part in bunch sex with whores. She says that the meetings were many times shot. Okay, this is what she claimed in 2023. That claim was settled. However, presently pay attention to what artificial intelligence expresses again under the watchful eye of this claim was at any point recorded before any. These subtleties that she asserted were caused public to pay attention to what he said. I engaged in sexual relations with Cassie and Sean. Essentially, he would jerk off and guide me with Cassie. I had like 15 experiences, and I heard parcel of business because what they would do is Sean Gabs on the telephone and on the television with speakers and stuff. And I resembled a sex slave acceptable for them. That is what I was. That is all okay. That is creepy. That is scary yet. Not just that Audi says he got a sexually transmitted disease from the experience and sued. I got here's and I returned and I see him for the her and one yet they didn't stamp Eros. And Benes were his lawyers, okay? And Christopher Leon here was my lawyer. They requested that I turn in that which was the video recording and I did. So they gave it back to me coincidentally, and it's conceivable, like I tossed all that out as conceivable, I can deliver a duplicate. Obviously, this was a long time under the watchful eye of Cassie recorded. Her claim against Holmes, so the specialists aren't entirely certain what artificial intelligence is referring to. And they continue on yet understanding what we know now about the charges that Cassie made and others made. Simulated intelligence explanation appears to substantiate some of what she said. Right, recall Cassie said she would be compelled to have intercourse with escorts or whores. Computer-based intelligence, who depicts himself as a financial backer and business person, is likewise purportedly a previous stripper and pornography entertainer. Might it at any point be that he was functioning as an escort in the Miami region when Cassie guarantees these meetings occurred? Yet during the meeting, computer-based intelligence frequently causes references to a secrecy of rich individuals who to have plans. He guarantees the hip jump world has its own objective. The hip bounce plan is a plan to move sedates all around the US. They move. You really want to illuminate they move all the simpleton, okay, all the moron on personal luxury planes, which don't get screened by customs by anyone inside the US. All right. They move what's called high-power MDMA. They move cocaine, and they move fluid cocaine in their jugs as well. Alright, so they put the fluid cocaine in the balls, and they move it. I've seen the fluid cocaine. I've drank it myself having intercourse with Cassie, okay? It's bad. He drinks it constantly. This specific assertion focuses on your various charges. Cassie's claim, as well as a claim that was documented by Rodney Jones, Little Pole Jones, the previous music maker for Diddy, discusses uncontrolled medication use inside Combs' internal circle. Jones's recording says that Combs' head of staff, Christina Coram, expected all representatives to stroll around with a fanny pack loaded up with cocaine, GHB, happiness, or MDM, a weed chewy candies, and something many refer to as Tucci or pink cocaine. It really contains no genuine cocaine. It's clearly a combination of ketamine, MDMA, and caffeine. Computer-based intelligence again makes reference to a supposed claim settlement among himself and Combs, however truly doesn't be able to expound further. I've had an extraordinary life. I've settled 4.125 mil dose with Diddy. Yet. He frightened that wasn't uncovering. I would rather not discuss Diddy. Right now, I need to discuss you. Assist me with understanding you by the manner in which we have found no proof that Combs paid man-made intelligence $5 million. Simply need to be clear about that, yet that is the very thing Audi needs to say about Combs in his cross-examination, yet how does this all associate back to a shootout at an inn? Well, it appears artificial intelligence is making the association among Combs and his legal counselors and, afterward, official competitor Donald Trump. Artificial intelligence had made numerous Trump proclamations and appeared to accept that the lawyers were attempting to bring him down, so he concluded that The American banner hung across the front work area of an inn would send some kind of message now, while some of what artificial intelligence needed to express appears to connect with the new examination concerning brushes, or these new claims stated against brushes. We truly do have to take everything with an exceptionally enormous grain of salt, since man-made intelligence isn't the most dependable storyteller. Here's one more piece of his meeting. They've been advancing a disdain plan against Trump. So individuals disdain OK, since they realize he is exceptionally alpha, OK, extremely alpha, as in he lies cash. He jumps at the chance to bring in cash, and he prefers lady, and they realize they need to criticize in some ways with blustery with others, because they need him out of the public authority, OK? Yet it ain't occur on the grounds that it's excessively brilliant for them. You comprehend what I'm talking about? I'm attempting to, right? Where is clever? We have a comparative sort of knowledge and outline of things. The main thing is he's not, seeing that Hillary is a far-off cousin of his, and Obama have an alternate arrangement for him. Do you see? No offense with Obama. I love every single American, yet he was essential for that 9/11 plan. He's a CIA spec, a list, an ex-CIA specialist. That is the reason there's such a lot of character issues with Obama, who knows his genuine name. They get out whatever he was brought into the world in Indonesia. And he's likewise brought into the world in Hawaii. No one knows why, since it's an ex-CIA spec, a list. Okay, fundamentally Osama container loaded never existed. It was a production of the CIA, and it was Obama in a cavern, talking and seeming to be a Bedouin, and afterward they bombarded Twin Pinnacles. Okay, so my concern is I'm here to uncover each and single one of them to the American public for the violations committed on September 11th, 2001. Wild stuff. I realize, I know, yet might there be some reality sprinkled in with that connivance talk? Might the federal authorities at any point be all conversing with man-made intelligence and figuring out what he is familiar with Combs and his activity? As I said, artificial intelligence is actually having to deal with penalties in Miami with the following booked hearing 2 or 3 weeks from now. Fascinating to think, pretty much good. That is all we have for you right now here on Sidebar. Everyone, thank you kindly for going along with us, as in every case. Kindly buy in on Apple Digital Recording, Spotify, YouTube, any place you get your web recording. I'm Jesse Weber. Address you sometime later. Thank you so much for watching Gossip Now.